you tell I'm in denial?
You can't stay at the top forever.
I was also very surprised when I looked at my phone and saw Joe Girardi dismissed.
Well, I think mine were with common sense.
I think now belongs in the all-time greats top 10.
Boston, I really think only got to this point because of a guy named Chris Middleton being out for the Bucks.
That power play just was unbearable. It was humming.
Man, am I happy. I knew that this was going to happen. I knew he was going to come back.
When I think of New York Yankees now, it's Judge. Probably people in the past when Jeter was coming up.
I would be shocked. A little bit hurt.
Hey, this is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, TexasFootball.com, and Valley Sports Southwest. You are listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. I'm Kevin, and I am joined by the man in the kitchen cooking up some storylines.
I'm trying, Kevin. I'm trying.
Yeah. So we just have some three storylines. We have we talked about Super Bowl. We talked about running back news, but we're getting close to the season. We're just not there yet. We're so close, Austin. I'm excited. I'm excited for our season predictions. We got some other things brewing, but let's look at some stuff looking forward to. It was very general for me. I'll explain it more when I get into it, but I'll let you go first, Austin.
So my first thing is extremely general. Rookie QBs. This was a very big rookie QB class. A lot of rookies are going to get the chance to start this year. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, just three there off the top. We could see a Will Levis appearance in the Titans. We could see Dorian Thompson-Robinson if Deshaun Watson falls off, because I did like what Robinson showed in preseason. Sam Howell's technically not a rookie, but this is his first year starting. So I'll say first year starting QBs. I'm very interested in.
That is something I'm interested in. I'm interested in Stetson Bennett. Maybe something happens there. But yeah, those are some other things. And there could be like a Brock Purdy thing happen, or someone like the Brock Purdy situation where they just show up. And to transition to that, one thing I'm looking forward to is the Niners quarterback door. Is Purdy healthy? Is Purdy the number one? Or is it Trey Lance? Or is it Sam Darnold? I truly have no idea. Because I know there's some reactions to Trey Lance in the preseason, which I don't really care about. But does Sam Darnold have an option? Do they come in with three quarterbacks? And I don't think Trey Lance is going to start. I think it's going to be Purdy. But I truly have no idea. So those are my inklings. Those are my gut feelings of Purdy. Then probably Trey Lance, but I feel Sam Darnold stays on the roster.
Okay, yeah, that's a good storyline.
Or does someone get injured and then this fourth quarterback comes in? It just always seems like there's a revolving door around the Niners, and they can't go back to Jimmy G now.
Yeah. What's your second?
My second, this one's a little bit close to home for you. The NFC North. I think I can hear an argument for every team in that division to win the division.
Even the Bears?
Maybe the Bears. You would have to sell me very hard on the Bears, but I feel I could be convinced.
I don't trust the Bears defense. I
know.
I just don't see the way.
I think someone could talk me into it. And I'd be like, I feel you. And then probably a few days later, I'm like, yeah, not the Bears. But I can hear the Packers talk. I can hear the Vikings talk, and I can hear the Lions talk.
I could see those three. Those three.
And then, miraculous, Bears win it somehow. Someone can talk me into it. Please, someone sell me on the Bears. I love the Bears. But
I don't necessarily know if that's going to happen, Kevin, unfortunately. I don't think the Bears are sellable this year for winning the division. I don't necessarily trust their O-line enough. I don't trust their defense enough. I do like Darnell Mooney and DJ Moore, but I'm low on Chase Claypool. We'll see how Justin Fields plays. I think that he will definitely determine if this team is at the very bottom of the league or if they are pushing for a much higher position than I would expect.
It's a long shot, but I feel it could be convinced. But the other three, I think, are real. There are real things that can happen. Packers, Jordan Loves does his Aaron Rodgers impression. Their defense steps up because their defense should have been good. It should have been great.
Who?
Yeah, Packers defense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It should be.
It should be.
It should be good. It should be good.
It should be good. And then Vikings, they have the best quarterback in the division. I was listening to someone, and I was thinking Lions, but I'm like, they talked me into the Vikings. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
We haven't done our season predictions yet. That'll come a little later. But at the moment, the Vikings are definitely my leading candidate to win that division.
Yeah, it's a fight between the Vikings and Lions for me. I go back and forth. But that's something I'm looking. It's going to be, I don't know what division it's going to be like. Because I don't think it's going to be like the NFC South. Because that was just bad. Maybe from the NFC West a few years ago. It was kind of between Seahawks, Rams, Cardinals. But that's a storyline I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. My second, I'm looking forward to Aaron Rodgers, former Packer. This is a huge year for his career. More important than any other year besides maybe when he won the Super Bowl. The 4 MVPs matter a lot, but this is very comparable to what happened with Brady. And Brady won a championship. So if Rodgers misses the playoffs or if they had a bad season, I could really see this impacting his legacy. I wish him the best. I loved him in Green Bay. He's a great QB, one of the best of all time, one of the best of my lifetime. He's amazing, but he can't squander this opportunity in New York.
Yeah, that is a good storyline. Have you been watching Hard Knocks?
I've seen the first episode, which I think is all that's out, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I just heard about the first episode and how people are talking about Rodgers. And I've seen the cool handshake he has with Sauce.
Yeah, that one's pretty funny.
That's it. So I'm not a huge. Aaron Rodgers is great. He annoys me because of what he's done to the Cowboys, but we'll have to see. But it is something because the Jets could really go to hating him real quick.
Or loving him. He's a very love-hate player. The Packers loved him. And I know he had some off-the-field antics, but at the end of the day, you can't get mad at your top 5 in the league QB.
Yeah. So I'll let you do your third one.
So my third one is the NFC in general. Is there another contender besides the Eagles? I need to see, hey, like you mentioned with Brock Purdy, are the 49ers legit with Brock Purdy or Trey Lance or Sam Darnold if it turns out to be that? Are the Vikings legit? Can they have another 13-4 season? Are the Cowboys? Can the Cowboys have a resurgent year? Can they finally get over the hump? Can they get to the NFC Championship game and go past that maybe? Are the Seahawks with adding Jackson Smith and Jigba? Does that wide receiver core with Tyler Lockett, DK, and obviously the guy I just named combine into a very formidable offensive force? Is there another contender in the NFC? That's something I'm looking forward to see. Because right now the AFC just looks so much more dominant.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks as well. Who's the second? An argument can probably be made for who's the best quarterback in the NFC. Yeah.
The best is Jalen Hurts. I don't think it's all that close.
Okay. I didn't know if someone would argue. But yeah, Jalen, then who's the second?
I would probably say Kirk.
Okay. Then I'm gonna say Dak. It's gonna be a fun year for Dak. But yeah, I can see your argument for Kirk though. I don't know if someone wants to throw in Geno.
I need to see more than just last year from Geno.
But yeah, so that could be, to me, that's an NFC thing because AFC is pretty much set.
Yeah, if everyone besides Hurts, of the basically the top 10, I think I had Kirk very close to the top 10, if not in it. But if you just go down the line of guys, whether it's Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Herbert, it's just such a good Rodgers. the conference is just so elite, and you have to have great QB play to win, which is something that is very different than in the NFC.
Yeah. And then that kind of leads into my quarterback play. The tank for Caleb Williams. Is there going to be a team? You're not going to like me saying this, but what if the
No.
Packers somehow ended up
No.
with the number
No.
one pick? I don't know. It could happen.
No.
That's just my thoughts.
No.
Probably doesn't happen. But Packers won't tank for Caleb because they got Jordan Love. But if something happens, but what about teams that just that are going to be bad? Like the Giants could be bad. Texans could be bad, but they're kind of set. I'm trying to
The
think.
Giants just paid Daniel Jones, though.
The Falcons. Falcons. That's what I'm thinking of. I was trying to think of teams who could be bad and that could be tanking. Do the Falcons tank? Do the Bucks tank? Do the Rams tank? That's another one. Because
I don't think the Rams could tank after all the discussion between Aaron Donald and Sean McVay about retiring.
Okay. But some teams could be deliberately tanking, like the Falcons.
I don't think
And
the
then
Falcons will deliberately tank either.
Okay.
I could see
and then
Bucks. I could see Bucks. But again, you have
Bucks.
so much talent around the QB. If you could just get one in there that could play well. But I could see the Bucks doing it.
Yeah. Or there could be a team where we have high hopes and they just are terrible. I really don't have another thing. I really hope the Commanders don't get him. But what about a team that starts off hot and then just gets hit with injuries? Like the Rams could get hit with injuries. You could do the Browns. So who are the teams from day one are gonna be tanking for Caleb? Second, is there gonna be a team where it just happens to be like we're really bad? Let's just sell it. So to make a cross comparison, who would be the Dallas Mavericks in the NFL for tanking for Caleb?
Are you talking about
Is
how
that
the
the
Mavs tanked out of the playoffs?
Yeah, at the end.
That just can't
very
happen in the NFL because there's no lottery. That's the problem. There's no lottery. I don't think that a team that's not already. Again, the Texans didn't even tank last year, and proof of it is the fact that they won in the last week to make sure they didn't get the number one overall pick.
Thank you, Lovie Smith. That was great. But yeah, that's true. And it would have to be much earlier. It'd have to be around week 4 or week 5 for a team to make a decision on if they're going to go for it or they're going to try to go for Caleb. Because there's hype with Caleb. I don't know if I most likely believe it, but
I think it would take a lot for a team to deliberately tank. I don't know if there's any teams that I look at that don't already have a QB in place that I could see deliberately tanking, besides maybe the Bucks. I think the Falcons want to see what they get out of Ritter, and that they're not going to tank because of that. I think that the Bucks, because they have Mike Evans, because they have Chris Godwin, I like what I see out of Rachaad White. They still have a good defense. I could see them still trying to win games. And they drafted Kyle Trask in the second round while they still had Tom Brady. You're not going to give him a chance. Or they're going to give him a chance. And so I don't think they're tanking. I just don't see the team that would deliberately tank until, like you said, week 5, week 6. But at that point, you're already bad. So are you tanking or are you just bad?
yeah. Or it could also be who lucks into Caleb Williams. But yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. Does someone deliberately tank or who lucks into Caleb Williams? Like, what if the Niners lucked into Caleb Williams?
That would take the craziest events in the history of the league. Their defense is too good to lose that many games. They could have some of the worst QB play ever, and their defense is too good.
Okay. So who looks into Caleb Williams? That's something I'm looking forward to. But yeah, that's all I got. Any final thoughts?
No, it's definitely a lot of things. I'm ready for the year, Kevin. I'm ready for the year.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I'm gearing up to it. But yeah, that's all we got. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.